Alright, this is Spec Ops 56 coming to you from the range, and today we're going to shoot the Sccy CPX2 and see how it performs. Now, the first magazine that I'll be shooting out of the CPX2 will be an assortment of Full Metal Jacket hardball right out of the same bag of assorted 9mm hardball, different manufacturers, different ages and all that I've had for a while. And it's the same ammunition that I shot out of the car CW9, just to make all this fair. And for those of you car arms aficionados that watched and commented on my car break-in videos, you'll notice that I'm wearing the same shooting gloves that I wore when I shot the car. So, without further ado, we'll put the first magazine in of 10 rounds of assorted hardball. Now, the only preparation that I've done with this Sccy, and there is no recommendation in the manual for any type of pre-range preparation, but I did only what I do with all new firearms before I take it to the range. I gave it a few drops of lube here and there in the usual strategic places, and that's it. That's all I've done. I will say the slide release is a bit stiff, but let's take a look and see how it will shoot the first magazine. That's 10 rounds. Now, one thing that I want to make a note of is that I'm not at this point trying to shoot it for accuracy. For one thing, I've had my cataract surgery, but I still can't see. I still can't focus on my front sight, so that makes it hard to be accurate. But beyond that, I will say also, and you've seen how shaky my hands naturally are, but beyond that, my first impression shooting that first magazine of hardball is that just as I predicted in the my initial overview of the gun, this sharp square trigger is not very comfortable to shoot, this being a long double action pull. It really is very irritating to the tip and side of your finger. It's also, the recoil is pretty snappy, which you would expect from a pistol of this size. However, so far, just shooting it slowly, no malfunctions of any kind so far. And we locked open on the empty magazine. So now, just as I did with the car, the second magazine that I'm going to shoot through this is high performance hollow points. This is a magazine of 10 rounds of the Spear Gold Dot 124 grain standard pressure law enforcement box. So we'll see how that works, and we'll see how a slingshot load works with the Sccy. So far, so good. Trigger finger is getting sore. Lock back on the empty chamber, and no failures to feed, fire, extract, or eject of any kind so far. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the magazines with 10 rounds each of more of the mixed hardball and do some rapid fire, at least as best I can with the long trigger. And until then, I'll be right back. Alright, I've got 2 magazines loaded up with the assorted hardball, and we're going to shoot these for speed. I'm just going to let them go on out the muzzle as fast as I can, and you know, to see what kind of reliability we get. Okay. No problems so far. I will note that this little pistol, as small, lightweight as it is a handful to hold on to from shot to shot, especially when you're pulling that long trigger pull. Smooth though it is, that long trigger pull is a disadvantage. It's something that you would have to spend a lot of time with to really get used to it. Okay. Still no malfunctions. That's a good sign. So far, I can't complain about the reliability out of the box. Alright, well, we got to load up some more magazines, so we'll be right back. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of accuracy testing here. I'm having John shoot the first accuracy test group here. He's going to be shooting at that bottom target, and I'm letting him shoot it for accuracy for a couple of reasons. One, because his eyes are better than mine, his hands are steadier than mine, and he can focus on his front sight, which I can't right now. And I also wanted to have him shoot it so he could give his impressions on how the gun feels, the trigger pull, how it feels to shoot, you know, and what he feels about shooting it, you know, how it works for him. So the range is hot, so anytime you're ready, John. All right. Well, it looks like it's pretty accurate. It's certainly combat accurate. It kept everything in the black, everything pretty much in the inner black. So tell us your impressions, John.
It has a little snappy back, like when you shoot it. Trigger pull's a little long, but it's accurate. Just take your time, pull that trigger, and it'll go right where you want it.
Do you have any problem with the having to reassert your grip between shots like I did?
No, I just grabbed it and held it tight, and it stayed right there.
Well, Mr. Hulk.
No, it stayed. It stayed pretty much right in my hand.
I guess that's just because over the years I've lost a lot of hand strength too, along with everything else.
But it's
What about the trigger? Did you have any problems with the sharp edge of the trigger?
Yes, I do. And I did notice too that it is a long trigger pull.
Yes, it is.
But yes, it does have a sharp edge, and that should smooth down somewhat.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and grab the next magazine and shooting the same target. Shoot it rapid fire and see what you think.
All right. All right.
Commence fire. Damn, John, I need to let you do all my test firing.
That sucker's sweet.
In fact, maybe I should just hire you for my bodyguard. I let you carry my carry guns.
All right. I think you got a good one, Terry.
You done put me to shame here.
No, I think you got a good one.
But you were right about one thing. It really ejects the empties with authority because, you know, back here behind the camera, probably 8 feet away from you, I could see the empties sailing over my head. Greetings, this is Spec Ops 56. Back from the range a little sooner than we had planned. And coming to you from reloading bench number 1 here in the man cave. Now I say that we're back from the range earlier than we planned because, and I won't go into any details, but I got accused by the chief range officer of a safety violation that I did not commit. I've since talked to the president of the club, which I've been a member of for 19 years, and this is the first time I've been accused of a safety violation. But I won't go into any detail on that except to say that I didn't get to shoot as much out of the CPX2 as I'd planned to for that reason. So as soon as I get this little bump in the road resolved, and it will be resolved in my favor, then we will go back to the range and I will finish the testing that I had planned for the CPX2. In the meantime, I thought I'd give you a little synopsis and wrap up of what we've done so far with it. First of all, we put a total of 50 rounds through the CPX2 with 0 malfunctions of any kind. Now that's more than we were able to put through the car CW9 after 2 range sessions. The CPX2 has its flaws. There's places where it could be better. Some of those I've mentioned already, and in the video of the range shooting you've already seen. And but overall, I'll have to say that I believe that based on what I've seen so far, that the Sccy CPX2 is not only a good value for your money, I believe that you're getting more than your money's worth out of this little gun. Now, that may change when I've had a chance to put more rounds through it. I don't know. But so far, with no kind of pre-break-in preparation necessary, unlike the car, and no manufacturer recommended 200 round break-in period necessary, unlike the car CW9. So far, this gun has proven to be 100% reliable. I've put 40 rounds of assorted age and head stamp hardball through it, and I've put 10 rounds of Spear Gold Dot 124 grain law enforcement standard pressure rounds through it without a hiccup. Not one failure of any kind. And it didn't matter whether I loaded it from the slide lock or whether I loaded it from the slingshot method. 100% perfect reliability so far. As you can see, this was the bag of mixed ammunition that I shot through it. It's the same bag that I used for the shooting the car CW9 break-in, because I wanted this to be the conditions to be as close to each other as I could, so that the car arms aficionados who watch that and watch this won't accuse me of cheating in favor of the Sccy. And while I did shoot some hollow points through the car, one magazine worth, it wasn't the gold dots. It was just whatever I had laying around. As far as the accuracy goes, well, for the various reasons I mentioned already, the top target here is mine, and my accuracy sucked big one. But that was me, not the gun. For better accuracy testing, I had John shoot 2 magazines full at the lower target, and all 20 rounds stayed within 8 inches. This is at 7 yards. Now, this is not intended to be a bullseye target gun. It's intended to be a minute of bad guy accuracy carry gun. And that's exactly what it has proven to be. Okay? All of those would have stayed within the A zone on the bad guy and would have ruined his entire day. That's all you really need with a self-defense pistol. Well, that's about all that I can say about it right now. I'm not going to clean the gun yet. I'm not going to do a thing to it yet. And as soon as I've got my problem at the range resolved, then we'll be going back out there, and I'll be shooting probably at least another 100 rounds of assorted ammo through it, including some selections of self-defense ammo so that I can find out which ones the gun prefers. So until then, this is Spec Ops 56. I hope you have been finding this helpful. And other than that, this is me saying over and out.
Oh, you look like a sensitive, intelligent guy. Don't make me shoot you.